What is up, bros? Me Josh here, and in today's video, I'm going to go over the ranked season. I just ranked out. We just got rank 1 yesterday, and that is the 4th season in a row. So we just finally got it. That was pretty awesome. It took me it took me 100 games, almost identical to my season 2 stats, so I thought that was pretty funny. Exact same ships, exact same games, win rate, almost identical XP. It was actually pretty funny how close they were. So we did finally rank out yesterday. As of today, only 10 days left on North American server. I think EU is right around the same right there, close enough. But good luck to everyone out there still grinding. Get out there, get your rank ones, to get your Jolly Roger flag, get your flints if you're available to get that now. So congratulations to people who are getting the flint this season. It's a pretty awesome ship, and I'm excited to see those in game, hopefully on my team and my team only. But in this video, I'm going to go over the ranked season, what I thought about it. I did a preview video earlier in the season saying, hey, this is what I think is going to happen. These are the ships I think are going to go right. And in today's video, we're going to go over kind of if I was right, and I basically was. All the ships I thought were going to do well did well. All the ships I thought that were going to be irrelevant slash bad were irrelevant slash bad, and I was almost dead on. The only ship that I was surprised that annoyed me so much this season was a huge pain in my ass was the Chappie. The Chappie, I was not expecting it to be as good as it was, but holy shit, did this thing annoy me. The radar was so long, not duration, but just distance, that one Chappie, a good Chappie player, could completely shut down a zone, especially with such a DD heavy meta. Now, keep in mind, guys, this is from my point of view of playing on the North American server. I know there's more CVs. I know the playstyle is a little bit different on the EU server. So just keep in mind, I'm kind of talking just about the North American. So if it's a little bit different, just keep that in mind, that I'm just thinking of the NA meta, which was heavy DDs. I was actually surprised there were a decent amount of cruisers this season, a lot more than last season. Like last season, we were getting games where I think in one game I had 13 of 14 ships for DDs, so that was pretty crazy. One team was all DDs last season, but this season definitely heavy on DDs. But I was excited to see more cruisers. That's good for the balance of it. It was really annoying for me because then I had to deal with these freaking CVs. But the Chappie became this massive pain in my ass because of that freaking radar. So I was surprised how well Chappies did. Now, of course, they're super fragile. And of course, if you had your team actually focus fire in 2016 LOL, if you had them, they were deleted, just like really any cruiser. But if a Chappie was able to be in that little pain in the ass spot and do his radar thing and not pump out a lot of damage, but do really effective damage, one Chappie can control an entire half of the map. So this ship was one major surprise. I thought it was probably the third best cruiser, and I think I even said that in a preview of it. I honestly thought the Cuda, this kind of surprised me. I thought the Cuda was honestly the best. Having the smoke, that smoke heavy meta that we saw on North American server, rate of fire, whenever we did see a CV, the AA was really good too. But the Cuda I thought was really good. Atago and Cuda probably 1-2, really close, really interchangeable. Atago could just pound out damage with its massive HE salvos, and its detectability is super low. I just loved having Kudazovs on my team for the rate of fire, and for that extra smoke. That smoke was awesome. You could kind of set him with a battleship and just kind of chill there. So, I mean, I liked having either or. I liked having Kudos actually more at the end of the season because of how effective that high rate of fire was and the ability to pump out multiple salvos on a short duration radar or a quick spotted DD. I really liked Kudazov's mainly for that smoke. That smoke's awesome. I know that Atago has the heal, but I really like the extra smoke to have on my team. But I think it went Kudazov, Atago. Probably can switch those depending on the player, I guess. And then Chappie. I thought the Chappie was well. Ships I were surprised did not do well. Ships I did not want to see on my team were the Hipper, the Eugen. I did not want to see those. The New Orleans was very mad, but I did not want to see that at all. And then really the Edinburgh was another ship. It had some utility, but the thing, if you look at it, it just gets freaking wrecked. And I only have the feature right now, so I can't really pull it up. But the Edinburgh was The only time I ever saw the Edinburgh do well was if it was comboed with another radar ship. So if there was double radar, that's the only time I ever saw that ship do well in the few games that I did see it. So those are my three though, which I think I guessed before with the Kuda, Otago, and Chappie. I thought those guys were really good. Battleships actually surprised me this season, and I'll just do a quick battleship search really quick. I thought the Bismarck was going to be better. Now, the Bismarck was really good, but I was surprised, in my opinion, that the NorCal was the best battleship. Um, Although the Bismarck was crazy, I was kind of surprised in a lot of situations that the games were more spread out than I thought they'd be. There's a lot of more long range, and if you guys know, if the Bismarck gets out past 15 kilometers, it has really unreliable salvos. Yes, the secondaries are pretty crazy within 10.6, but those long range salvos that a NorCal can consistently hit were pretty inconsistent with the Bismarck, so that kind of troll dispersion. So, in my opinion, I think I put Bismarck as like the crazy number one preseason, and NorCal as second. I think I'm gonna put NorCal at first, Bismarck second, and then Amagi third, and then Tirpitz last. Now, Tirpitz last, Tirpitz isn't a bad ship. It's just I thought it was the worst of four really good ships. So if that makes any sense, I thought the Amagi, if able, could really really pump out some sick damage, and really really have a devastating effect on a ship if it did connect, especially against destroyers. But in the long range, I thought NorCal was good, especially going against any CVs. It just nullified all the planes. Destroyer wise, I think the destroyers kept it kind of normal tier 8s. We got the Benson, easily number one, in my opinion. Easily number one. I don't know how many games I just kept being able to stealth fire with a high rate of fire, just out DPSing a Fubuki. I thought it went Benson, Loyang, Fubuki, and then Tashkent. I think that was probably the easiest. The only time I ever saw Tashkent do well was when one player I knew who was really, really good played it just like a cruiser. But you're switching out your destroyer into a cruiser position. That's kind of how he played it, and he was really annoying. But every time I played against a Tashkent, it was basically a free kill as long as you had competent cruisers, because you just outspotted him by like 2 kilometers, right around there. And if your team was decent, they would just murder him because it's such a big ship. So that was pretty easy for that. And then CVs, I thought Shokaku and easily number one. And then even a balanced. I didn't even see that many. Fighter loadout Shokakus. I just saw more balanced the 222s. So with a fighter Lexington, like I said, I only saw him a few games, but I wanted a Shokaku on my team. But the ability to control the air and the ability to actually pump out decent damage too was always awesome. So ship-wise, in my preview and in my I think I was dead on with ships. The only real surprise was I think the NorCal did better than I expected. And I think the Chappie was a bigger pain in my ass than I was expecting it to be. The radar change to that rapid fire radar of the cutting the duration of the cooldown in half was pretty crazy. So the Chappie, I had nightmares about this ship when I was playing rank. So really, really surprised. I mean, it's a strong ship anyway, as long as you can keep it smoked and keep it hidden and be in that little bastard spot and just kind of keep everybody in check, really, especially a lot of DDs with a DD heavy meta. So with Season 5, I think they found a really good balance of games required and stars and kind of how to fix it. Now, last season was the first season they took away the bonus star, and they made it so the highest XP on the losing team actually keeps their star. So I thought that was pretty nice, and I'm glad they kind of kept that in this season. And this season, they kept it different. You couldn't lose a star before 16, and I believe you got an extra star all the way up till 10, or it stopped at 15, one of the other. And they did a really good job at keeping the amount of games required to get rank 1 or the amount of stars at a good pace. I think they found a really good sweet spot, because rank 1 shouldn't be gained by everybody. It shouldn't just be something that's just given away. It should be something that is there. You know, this is something that's out there for the better players, the good to better players to go for and get, and this is like a competitive mode. You know, if they gave it to everyone, there's enough of rewards, ships. You can see the Takaos up there. Everyone's going to get the Takao that plays this game on a regular basis, but not everyone's going to get ranked, and not everyone's going to get rank 1. So I felt like last season was pretty brutal for a lot of people, just because of how many stars were needed, how the stars worked, how everything kind of did that. I think they found a really good sweet spot. Um, I think it was a good, if you can't have it be too few games, you can't have it be too many because then that people don't want to play it. I honestly think they found a really good sweet spot here. I like the keeping stars. I'm okay with them keeping taking away the bonus star. That would have just made it easier for everybody. Which what the hell? I want it to be as easy as possible. But in looking at the big picture, I'm actually okay with them keeping that away. Without the ability, to go past 16, you can't D rank and getting the bonus star up to a certain point. I like that. I think they did a pretty good job this season, and I'm kind of excited for next season. The only thing I'm not excited for is rank season being the same thing over and over and over. Now, they can. I think star wise, they did a good job. But for tiers, are they just going to keep doing tier 8? I'm not sure. You kind of do the same thing over and over every season. Will that get boring? Is it spread out far enough that you don't that I mean it's not as repetitive? Maybe that might save it. I mean, trust me, I love playing the Benson, and every season I actually have a decent time. As weird as that sounds, but is it going to get too repetitive? I'm not sure. I'd like to see some kind of change, although I don't think they can go much higher than eights because that just will um, knock out a majority of the population who just don't have those ships. I mean, I knew people who couldn't even play this season because they didn't have eights. So I mean, they can't go to nines, they can't go to tens. Will they go lower? Who knows? Will they go like a tier 5, tier 6? Who knows? Will they go tier 6, tier 7? And that was one thing too I actually liked is they kept it one tier. I think it might be a better idea instead of doing like a 6 and then an 8, they do a 7 then an 8, because if people have a 7, then they can in the lower ranks they can work up until an 8 instead of okay, I only have a 6, which is what people kind of ran into. I only have a 6. Playing ranked, I actually unlocked a 7, but then once I get into higher ranks, I can't play anything because I don't have an 8. So maybe not the 2 tier gap, but maybe there's maybe they did that on purpose. I'm not sure. So I probably better to do the 1 tier difference. So 7 into an 8, 6 into a 7, 5 into a 6, whatever they end up wanting to do. So all in all, I thought the season was good. I like that they didn't have like one zone was tier 7 and 8 because it is the worst. It's worse. It's terrible to get a stock ship at a certain tier. It is even worse to get a stock ship at a lower tier on your team. Let's say it was 7 and 8 2 seasons ago, and you're playing a Benson and you have a stock Colorado or a stock Nagato on your team. That is the worst. So I like that they kept it one season or 1 tier per gap. So also in this season, I thought they did a good job with keeping things matched up. Same number of destroyers, same number of cruisers. Honestly, with how the meta works, they can get really out of hand with how many DDs. If one team has an extra DD or another team has an extra battleship, the battleship may seem strong, but another DD with smoke in this kind of meta is such a big advantage. So I like that they did this. I enjoyed the season. I thought it was good. I had a successful season. Hope you guys have too. Let me know in the comments below what you guys thought of the season. Did you guys think this was better than last season? Do you wish it'd go back to a different way? Do you wish they'd add the bonus star in? Are you okay with the bonus star being out? Let me know in the comments below. I'm interested. Like I said, I'm going to do a preview and a review for kind of every season. This is season 5 done in the bag for me. Hope you guys are getting it done too. It's fun out there. It's a different mode. It's a fun competitive mode. Just don't bash your head. That's what I always tell everybody. Don't bash your head in this mode because it will freaking make you crazy. Take it easy. Take it slow. Although you only have 10 more days left on North America, I hope you guys the best of luck. Remember to like and subscribe. Let me know how your rank season 5 is going, guys. Let me know if you're getting to Flint too. I'm excited to see more Flints out there. So take it easy, guys. I will catch you next time. See ya.